Green morning, green afternoon, and green evening to everybody. Northeast India is calling. Northeast India is inviting. Do take a trip to Northeast part of India. If you recall, during the pandemic and just before the pandemic, the Honorable Prime Minister of India made an appeal that everybody should take a trip to Northeast part of India. Go and see it for yourself what all Northeast India offers. And what a beautiful places it has got. It's an amazingly beautiful. So let's travel to 8 beautiful states of Northeast and meet everybody, young boys and girls over there. Those are interested to become teachers. Those are interested to become educators, counselors, mentors, trainers, coach. And they want to work in India, they want to work abroad because they're passionate towards serving the humanity the best possible way. Just a little while before, we have done lesson planning program. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have not, see that particular video. You can see it in your own time, at your own pace. Share with your friends, share with your neighbors, your others, those are in your group, because we want from this channel the humanity to be benefited the best possible way. Julie Subba ma'am, in that particular last webinar, which we closed about 2-3 minutes back, she wrote the last sentence: teaching is not a lost art, but the regard for it is a lost tradition. We got to, she's talking about traditional values. She's talking about Northeast India, what is available over there in art, in craft, in culture, in heritage, in music, in dances, in cuisine, in costumes, what all Northeast has got. I'm pretty sure by the time we will do this 10 days capsule, each one of you would be mesmerized and you would be enthusiastic and you will say, oh, Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma keeps telling every day, travel to Northeast, meet Northeast and explore Northeast and enjoy Northeast India by visiting various places over there. I think let's take a trip to Northeast India once, by rail, by road, by air, whatever mean of transportation you want to use, you can reach different entry points and you can enjoy. So I want to discuss something very interesting because this is a 10 days program which is going for young boys and girls of the Northeast part of India, and particularly children, those are doing their B.Ed or those have completed their B.Ed, and some of us, those have completed, but they're sitting idle, they're looking forward to some kind of an opening, or some of us, excuse me, some of us, those have already started working, but we want to move up in the ladder. So this particular program is dedicated to all of them. We all have passed through a very difficult times. Corona has taught us a lot of things. And post-Corona period, we have realized one thing. That means education. It plays very important role. And technology, it plays very important role, because health sector and education sector, doctors, nurses, paramedical people, great warriors, but teachers, trainers, coach, skill developers, skill providers, and whosoever is directly, indirectly engaged in the education ecosystem, they've also done wonders during this particular pandemic. So I promise to you that I'll be taking something very interesting with you on technology part. This particular program for the next 10 to 12 minutes, it's dedicated to technology. Watch everything very carefully. Might be by the time this program gets over, after 10 to 12 minutes, you may get some skill, some competency, some passion, and some desire to learn something wonderful from all of us. So ladies and gentlemen, let's travel to Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, Sikkim, and let's meet young boys and girls of Northeast India, the treasure of India, where there's a free program dedicated for 10 days on WhatsApp, on the mobile phones, free of cost, for teachers capacity building program. This program started on 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Wow. And a lot of things are coming up in the kitty. I'll share with you at the end. children, those who have joined this particular program, the youth, those are part of this particular journey. On the last day, the petals will be falling from the top and you'll get the E certificate, complimentary of International Chamber for Service Industry for being a part of this particular journey. Let the humanity be benefited. Share these videos more and more with your friends, with your neighbors, with your classmates, with your course mates, and whosoever is interested to be teacher or to be engaged in education ecosystem. So welcome to post-Corona times, because during Corona, the digital part of education has taken a somersault and it has come out so beautifully. Teachers tried their level best to reach out every child directly, indirectly, by any means, okay? In present time, need is OBE. That means outcome-based education. Fine. You're going to a particular school or college or university or ITI or polytechnic or skill center. Why are you going over there? What is the purpose of education? Is it economic purpose? Is it social purpose? Is it cultural purpose? Or is it a personal purpose? And the most important thing with children and their parents, they will ask the education ecosystem providers, what is the outcome? What exactly children have picked up? Are our kids ready? Is there a focus on skills, knowledge, and is it learner-centric? That is something very important. Marks are mere indicators of the outcomes, and the learner can express in their own way, removing the element of stress from the education. Why so much of stress? So many examinations. Please go through the process. There are certain countries, those are doing extremely well in education, and they do not have even one-fourth of tests which we conduct in India. So, my India, beautiful India, let's work on to it. And when you are making with the new education policy 2020, the education as a learner-centric and outcome-based and fun-based, joyful-based, and competency and the skill-based, where right from the 6th class onward, children are going to learn, the coding, and children will have backless 10 days in a particular semester or a year in a session when they will go visit corporate houses, factories, interactions. Your practical exposure will make you altogether different. Because practical exposure, when I talk about during Corona times, what has happened? Teachers, by means of mobile phones, by means of any means, radio, television, they try to reach through any channel of education, satellite, or whatsoever facilities are available, depending on which country you are in. Online education took the front seat, and can you imagine how much fast, accelerated pace we have moved during this particular Corona time? We all have to understand online education is far more affordable and accessible. If I'm living in a far-flung area, let's take it, I am near China border in Arunachal Pradesh, and my education, I might not be in a position to reach a particular school or institution or college or ITI or polytechnic or skill center. But if you give me everything on my mobile phone, and if it is engaging, if it is learning centric, and if it is joyful, and I'm gaining something out of it, so it doesn't make a difference whether you're sitting in Delhi or you're in Bangalore or you're in Chennai or you're in Hyderabad or you're sitting, for that matter, anywhere else. What matters is how technology, online way, education is reaching you, which is affordable and which is accessible. Northeast India needs better connectivity so that everybody over there should be in a position to enjoy the best possible way whatever is coming through the education. Let me convey my deep thanks. Although we have not promoted this program at all, we have not popularized it, we are not conveying it, because tomorrow morning these lessons will go in India in the package on the WhatsApp to those students those are official participants of this particular program. But some of you, those have prescribed or those have engaged or those have subscribed, our YouTube channel, and you have pressed the bell icon, you get an idea and you come to know when is the next program coming. When is Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma live? I'm alive. I'm with you. Okay. So we have got right over here Vidhi Jaiswal ma'am, Mohit Chaudhary ji. We have got Kaming Habung. We have got Habung Tayo. We have got Julie Subba. We have got Roshni Biham. We have got Deepa Hazarika. And we have got Kim Kipkin. We have got Anjan Kumar Bhora. We have got, because Info 2022, we have got Anand Mukherjee, Babu Moshai, all the way from Kolkata. And then, of course, a lot of other people are there. I convey my deep gratitude and thanks to all of you for being with me in India at 40 minutes past 9 o'clock over there. And it's such a pleasure to meet all of you. Now, online education, first of all, technical education, technology-based education, digital education. The two advantages, number one, it is affordable because it is going to be economical. You have not to spend that much of money. And second part is it is accessible to everybody. And whosoever devotes more time, because 24 hours God has given same to everybody in this universe. How some people go ahead of others because they work more. They work with more dedication. They work self-reliant with so much of, devotion that they get the outcome of that 100%. And nature also helps you when you're dedicated. Now, long gone are the days when in-person attendance or presence was required. Can you imagine those benches and teacher mentioning your name, announcing your name, and you say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, I'm there, sitting on the bench, and 10 minutes are gone of the class of 45 minutes in that only. And you got to sit straight, you got to sit and dress, you got to be coming early in the morning. We will discuss on this one of these days, very interesting for you, how much petrol, how much diesel, how much gas, which is being utilized in the transportation, how much pollution, all kind of pollution. I'm not talking about only air pollution. I'm talking about noise pollution also, all that we add up. And then parents, all the time, their heartbeats are pissing till the time the children come back home because they are worried everything is all right, everything is safe, and a couple of other things. Now, digital education, everything transparent, everybody accountable, no bhai-bandi, and whosoever performs better, you go ahead of others. As per the industry report, education from grade 1 to 12, when we talk about school education system in India, it has increased around 6.3% times in 2022. Wow. Young boys and girls, you're amazing because you spend so much of time. Claudia, Lingua, hearty welcome. Jaisula Lakshmi, hearty welcome. Vamuzo Vero from Nagaland, hearty welcome. Rishi Mohan, hearty welcome. And Laishram Damini, hearty welcome. Wow, that's great. Now, as compared to 2019, can you imagine, due to digital education, technology-based education, the attendance and the participation and the youth have gone multifold due to its affordability, flexibility, easy access. Children from different economic and social background, they can have an access to a quality education. Why it should be a privilege of few only should go to the convents and public schools and other schools, and those are in the remote rural areas, rural interiors, they also deserve a better education. They also need equal opportunities and equal platforms. So ladies and gentlemen, technology is the solution. With 130 crore population of India, and particularly in my lovely place of northeast part of India, if we want to do justice over there, that is possible only when we have a digital education. Subhashri ma'am has also joined. Hearty welcome. She's from Bhartiya Bhasha Smiti. We have been joined by Prachi Kalita. We have been joined by Gohin. Thank you. And of course, many others. Mohit Chaudhary, thank you very much. Claudia, thank you. Rosie Chakma, thank you. I would try. We have not announced, we have not promoted this program. So it shows the people, those have got press the bell icon and they know at what time I'm going live. They're watching this particular program. I'm so grateful to all of you. This particular module, which I'm covering today, is one of the most interesting modules. Now, digital learning innovation. This is something very important we all should understand. Teachers, those are already in teaching profession or those are doing B.Ed and they want to be in teaching profession. Now, digital learning innovation, what all is coming? Adaptive learning, open education resources, gamification and game-based learning, massive open online courses, and LMS, the learning management systems when you talk about, and then mobility and mobile devices, design thinking, blended learning, dashboards, virtual reality, augmented reality, and of course, artificial intelligence. Those of us who have seen Rajiv Malhotra's book that's called Artificial Intelligence and Future Power, do watch his video on the YouTube by Rajiv Malhotra from the United States, who has written the book that is called Artificial Intelligence and Future Power, where India is, where India has to go, what all India has to do. Nisha Agarwal, hearty welcome. Thank you very much for joining. Nishank Maurya, thank you very much for joining. Julie Subba ma'am, thank you very much for joining. So let me just quickly go because I want to rush. Within the next 10 minutes, I want to finish everything. And this topic is very, very innovative and creative. Now, what is adaptive learning? Adaptive learning is one technique which is for providing personalized and customized learning. That means at your own pace, at your own place, in your own time, in your own style, whenever you get time, you can go through and you can enjoy. What could be the benefits of personalized learning? What could be the benefits when the child is enjoying? See, you're sitting in a class and teacher is taking the session very fast and you're not understanding. Sometimes you're hesitant. You don't want to ask a question because you're worried. If I ask a question, what others will feel? Somebody may not laugh at me. You've got those kind of inhibitions. Now, to overcome that, once you have got digital education, technology-based education, personalized learning, now what all can be done? 69% increased student engagement, 51% improved performance of the staff and administration because you're visible, you're accountable. When I'm talking to you, you can see me, you can feel me. Wherever I am world over, it doesn't make a difference, but we are connected, we are communicating, and from communication, we are coming to connecting. 39% greater students retention, 28% improved test scores, 22% higher grades, and 22% better attendance. Now, what is adaptive learning assessment? I'm quite allergic to assessment, exams, evaluations. I don't believe in all that. The time will come, it would be decided who is getting what kind of an opening, whether it's startup or entrepreneur for self-employment or employment. What is the outcome, whatsoever I'm doing? That is something very important. Now, open educational resources, OER, everybody talks about it. Now, open education resources are learning and research materials in any medium. It's coming in digital, or otherwise, that resides in the public domain. And it has been released under an open license that permits no cost access. You can use it, you can adapt it, you can redistribute. Like if this particular program is going on, you can share from the YouTube with all your friends, whomsoever you want to help. And down below, just see how many areas we are showing you over here. These are learning and research materials. When I talk about Bhartiya Bhasha Smriti, they're trying to help children in their own native languages, regional languages. They're trying to help. And the new education policy 2020 is amazing. You learn in mother tongue. You learn in your local language. And when I'm talking about northeast part of India, there are more than 200 dialects, which are available. And there are so many tribal languages available. It's an amazing. In army uniform, when I served over there, and while being with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, I always took a pleasure and I made it a point. I travel maximum to the northeast part of India and understand, because language is related to art, craft, culture, cuisine, dances, music, whatsoever you want to talk about it. And we do not want some of the languages from the northeast part of India should ever disappear. And there is a UNESCO guidelines. You have to understand what should be the sizable population. If a particular language has to be saved, we will talk about that some other day. That will be some other webinar I'll take on. Amit, thank you very much for joining. Those are posting comments over here. I'm so grateful to all of them. Okay. Rising AVGC. This is something very important. And the next slide, which I'll show you, it will be mind-blowing for all of you. And kindly keep your mobile phone just next to you, ready. And if you've got pen and paper, that also you can keep it next to you, because the next slide, I'm going to give you mind-blowing, something very interesting. Now, rising AVGC sector in India, animation, visual effects, gaming, and comics, the history narrative has to be changed. The textbooks which were written earlier, it changed the narrative. It gave altogether a different, distorted kind of a history of India, where our children could not understand who all were patriotic, who all contributed towards India's freedom struggle, who were the people behind India's independence. And recently we celebrated 75 years of India's independence. You all have to understand from that point of view. Now, the global animation, visual effects, gaming, and comics industry, when we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, young boys and girls, with your open ears, just listen it carefully. It's 800 billion US dollar market. And Indian AVGC sector is brimming with the potential to bag up to 5% of the global share. That will be 40 billion US dollar equivalent. So young boys and girls, radio, television, theater, music, gaming, artificial intelligence, visual effects, animation, comics, all that when you talk about, it has an annual growth rate of over 25 to 30% at this point of time. This is amazing. I wanted to share with all of you. Recently, we celebrated 75 years of India's independence. I wish to share with all of you over here that the Honorable Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Thakurji, launched just yesterday Azadi Quest, a series of online educational mobile games developed in collaboration with Zynga India. Now, I've already downloaded on my mobile phone. I would request those are interested to go through this and to know more. Azadi Quest, you will come to know about so much about India's independence. It's such an amazing, please go through, understand. And this app is beautiful, Azadi Quest. I'm pretty sure you all will enjoy. I enjoyed quite a bit this evening before coming for this particular program. Now, gamification and the game-based learning, nobody can stop it. The only request we would like to make to the game manufacturing companies, please make constructive, innovative, productive, and positive games, not destructive games. Children should carry positive image of the games in education ecosystem. Now, let's talk about the massive open online courses when we talk about MOOC. You must have heard about this particular platform. Everything is listed right over here. This program is on the YouTube. You can watch it in your own time. And there's a web portal also, www.mooc.org. Please go through. You will be able to understand that everything is free of cost. everything is coming freeway, your way, highway, whatever you want. Enjoy yourself. And that is something very, very interesting. So go on to the MOOC platforms, you'll enjoy quite a bit. And during the pandemic, I think they have done amazing service. As salutation to all of them. Those are a part of this. Now, learning management systems, when we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, and particularly when you talk about education, you talk about system, you talk about software, you talk about courses, you talk about documentation, you talk about e-learning. E-learning is a buzzword which we all have to understand. That is today and that is future, that is tomorrow. Mobility and the mobile devices. Mobile is going to be amazing. Honorable Prime Minister just announced that 5G is coming soon in India. We are anxiously waiting for all of them when we would be moving from 4G to 5G. It's going to be a game changer. You will have fast speeds and the substantial number of applications, and your mobile devices, they will become extension for each and every child, even in the remotest part of the country, wherever they are. That is something excellent which we would like to talk about. Instructional and courses designing. That is again something very important. Now, what are the various ways how to be successful instructional designer? Simplify the contents. Make education very simple, understandable, joyful, creative, innovative, bringing curiosity. Design from a learner's point of view. Whatever is to be designed, it should be from learner-centric. Make your learning experience joyful and engaging. Keep innovating, keep moving ahead. A little while before, there's a hackathon going on in India, and I watched right over here sitting abroad that how basically the Honorable Prime Minister gave encouragement to the young boys and girls. There was somebody, 7th class girl, who was talking about some medical app which she has developed. Ladies and gentlemen, age is no bar. Your previous education is nothing. It is all you have to add each and every day something new to your learning ecosystem. Otherwise, you'll be thrown out of the system. You will not be able to keep pace. You got to be tech savvy. You got to understand technology. That is something very, very important. Now over here, Shipu Daman, well said. Thank you. Sakshi, thank you. Dilshan Wafa, thank you. Mohit Chaudhary, thank you. Roshni Behami is writing over here. Online games are good also, but at the same time, it's bad also, because nowadays lots of kids are playing online games and they are doing such a dangerous things like harming their families or themselves. Yes, so true, I understand. So one thing, the God has made this universe. All these tools which have been made over here, it is up to us. How do we make use of them? That's why, if you understood, I made an appeal to all the manufacturing companies. Why don't you produce positive games, learning-centric games? But you know, when there is a positive news in the newspaper, you don't feel like reading. When there is a negative news, you open the newspaper immediately and you say, it's a human tendency. That's why destructive games and war games and other games, you remember that PUBG, which became very popular. Anyway, blended learning. This is something very important which we all have to understand, because the hybrid learning, flipped learning, outside classroom learning, in classroom learning, mix of these two, learning will occur when face-to-face and online environment are strategically integrated. You can see in the figure over here, this is the classroom and this is e-learning, both are blended together, and that is going to be something very interesting. Now, dashboard, it's again something very interesting, because when you want to show graphs or pie chart or cross sections, stats and other things, ratios, so there are different kind of dashboards which are available. One can see there's the operational dashboards, strategic dashboards, and analytical dashboards. Those of us, those are interested, you can make use of that. Then comes virtual reality and artificial intelligence. Wow, what is going to be the virtual reality? And I was just trying to go through before this program, and on my mobile, I just tried to download Roybi, ROYBI. And what is Virtually T? An augmented reality app to learn about body's integral organs. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to teach human autonomy, and if you want the children to pick up the best possible way, this particular app I enjoyed, Virtually T, you'll be able to see so many things. Education is becoming interesting. In our times, we never had these facilities. Anyway, 10 best online learning portals in India for students and teachers. You can go through, it's a Bharat Skills, it's a eSkill India, it's a NESCOM, it's a Skill Build, it's a TCS, ION Digital Learning Hub, it's a Swayam, it's NPTEL, Swam Prabha, ePathshala, Diksha, and there are many more. We will keep covering with you in the different programs so that you all can enjoy. Top 21 education apps in India for online learning, education, and competitive exams. You have not to spend money. Try and find out those apps. Try and find out those platforms which can give you value addition, which can give you free of cost. So there's so much available. Let's share. And our students, those are watching this particular program, we would request you coming Saturday at 7 p.m. in the evening, all those 60 participants who will come live with me from the Northeast India on the Zoom, so that you can interact directly with me and you'll be the part of the platform. You have to come out with something from your side, which we all can enjoy. You got to share the information. You got to bring something new. Let us know free e-learning platforms developed by the government of India. We will talk about them in detail. Saturday, I'm going to cover a lot of things with you. That's at 7 p.m. on Saturday. So I come back to the last slide once again. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. It's from the Napoleon Hill's book. Please go through. And if you want to enjoy video, you can have different parts of Napoleon Hill on YouTube. If you want to enjoy audio, then you can go through, and that audio is Think and Grow Rich. Let's come together. Let's make education and skills relevant. Education which should be futuristic, and it should not become obsolete or obsolescent. Rather, it should remain intact. And children, those are passing out from schools, colleges, universities, institutions, they should be absorbed and they should be taken by the corporate houses immediately. Should you wish to send us any suggestion or be a part of this particular campaign, you can send us an email at teacherstraining@icsi.asia, or you can call us. Julie Subba ma'am is in charge for the Northeast for free enrollment of the youth. Those are from education ecosystem. If you're doing B.Ed, if you've completed B.Ed, if you're already a teacher, you have just joined and you want to move up in the ladder, you can talk to her at 9311549658, or you can send a WhatsApp to Chitra Kapoor ma'am, 9988447058. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the closing of today's 2 videos, because my commitment is every day I'll be talking and I'll be covering 2 videos with you. So 9 o'clock India's time, we will talk to each other. We will take it on. Welcome to Northeast India, which is calling you. Come to visit Northeast India. It awaits you. It's amazing. It's a treasure and it's a God gift on this planet. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for being strength with us. Look forward meeting you tomorrow evening, India's time at 9 p.m. With these words, stay